4 days ago, Tesla provided us with an update on Optimus. The movements and capabilities were so fluid, so human-like, so advanced that many on social media and even in the press immediately assumed, or at least wondered aloud, whether this was a deep fake of some kind. The implications of having useful humanoid robots available at a cost far less than human workers doing the same task is greater than any other product unveiled in history, and that by a large multiple. Some analysts who have stepped into this space talk in terms of many trillions of dollars in potential revenue, dwarfing the combined revenues of the entire energy industry, or the entire banking industry, or the entire automotive industry. And yet, the mainstream media offers crickets. You can scroll down, go ahead and do it yourself. Look up Optimus, Tesla Optimus robot or something like that, and look in the news section and just scroll down and you'll see, the smaller people like Investopedia or all the regular ones, but you won't find Fortune or Barron's or Time Magazine or the New York Times or the Washington Post or Reuters. You won't find any articles from them at all on this new release of that video the other day. What in the world is going on? I don't actually care much. It's just odd. What do I care? What I actually do care about is the actual putting the product into commerce. And even the Tesla bulls have been surprising me this week with their conservative timelines. As those who watch this channel know, I predicted there would be 1,000 Optimi working in Tesla factories by the end of this year. I predicted that last year when the book, The Elon Musk Mission, came out. And everybody was laughing at me and they, oh no, there's no way. I believe that creating this many bots, even if they all had to be hand-built, would be the smart way to get to the amount of training needed for a commercially useful product as quickly as possible. Well, you don't have any idea how many there are right now. I don't, and nobody in the Tesla community does know how many actual bots there are, but I think it's very likely that there are at least dozens, if not 100 or more. And the miss on my part might just be by a couple of months. And it may be that the progress has happened using simulations and other methods rather than physical bots to get the same job done. Maybe they're just as far ahead as they would have been having built 1,000 by using some of these other methods. But what are the experts and even the competition saying now? Well, this is Randy Kirk. Please hit the like button, please hit subscribe, please hit notify. As you know, Sunday night is commonly one of my best, get the most number of views on Sunday night, where I talk about what's coming up in the week ahead in financials and also in how that's going to impact Tesla. What has Tesla got going on right now? And we discuss all of that in that show later today. Of course, tomorrow morning, we will have our regular Good Morning After the Bell show. And then we'll have Brian White on as usual at around the noon hour with Larry Goldberg helping us celebrate Good News Monday in the late afternoon. All right, so that's what we got coming up. So that's why you want to hit notify. You want to also join Patreon and help support the channel. If this is worth anything to you, $5 a month, $10 a month would be so helpful in the Patreon department. And then, of course, you want to you're really getting down to the last minute here with regard to purchasing some of the Cybertruck bottle opener and refrigerator magnets, and all that information will be down in the description, and you can check that out. Okay, so many members of the Tesla, YouTube, and X.com community have produced content on Optimus in the last 5 days. I mean, so many articles, so many videos. Scott Walter's video that was done on this channel has turned into the most viewed episode, currently at over 50,000 views. And that once again begs the question into why is the MSM so quiet on the subject? I can't figure it out. There was almost universal acknowledgement now that Optimus will be working in Tesla factories in 2024, something I said repeatedly over a year ago. I then invited multiple experts this year on this channel, and my main question to all of them was simple. What is the limiting factor that would keep Tesla from building 1 million Optimi in 2024 and offering them for sale or rent? Universally, they said that the hardware was easy, not limiting in any way. Almost 100% agreed that setting up the factory and getting into mass production would be far simpler than a car and could easily scale in 2024. The biggest holdback would be the brain in the software, and in Tesla's case, this would be FSD. So basically, they were all agreeing with what I was saying about how easy it would be to scale. And now everybody's starting to come around and agree, oh yeah, we could probably scale, but nobody is still thinking in terms of 1 million next year. I mean, nobody. And nobody is thinking that Tesla will be selling these to third parties in 2024. I still think that's a very high likelihood, but we could go and see if anybody else might agree with me. So last week, ARK Invest interviewed Brett Adcock of Figure AI, who has 70 engineers of his own working on their humanoid robot, which they expect to deploy in 2024. Let me show you what he said with regard to this. Here we go.
The engineers today, based in California, we are now walking our first generation robot, and it's now doing complete end-to-end applications in our lab here. So we're hitting a button, and it's doing like real human level work, which is pretty crazy. And we're working to now to make that much more robust. A lot of it happens to sit in software at this point, so it's basically like sizing our entire roadmap, I would say, for the considerable amount of years forward. And into next year, we actually want to start doing real world applications with our customers, actually at their facilities. So hopefully as we approach the end of 2024, we're able to start demonstrating like real humanoid robots that are highly robust into real commercial settings, doing real work. For us, I guess, as roboticists, it doesn't get any more exciting to wake up to a future, I guess, like that.
In other words, I really don't think that FSD or the software is holding Tesla back at this point. If those folks with 70 engineers and a year behind in terms of when they started on their project feel that they will be deploying humanoid robots into the workplace next year, I think Tesla is already deploying their robots into the workforce right now. Now, I would say in their own factories, but easily starting to do that in third-party situations next year. So today, my question is very simple. What is left that needs to be done? I believe that Tesla has already deployed some bots, but if not, they've identified hundreds or even thousands of tasks located within their own factories. And then they have the plan all set up for the tasks where Optimus can be turned loose to produce product. They may have done this for the Tesla factories in the US or maybe even around the globe. They have not done this just for the car factories, but for the power walls, for the megapacks, for solar roof panels, for 4680 batteries, for superchargers, and all the components for each. Then there's the shipping, the receiving, and the warehousing jobs. Beyond that, they may have already identified opportunities at SpaceX, the Boring Company, and Neuralink. I think they may have gone further and talked to first and second tier suppliers about various tasks that Optimus can do for them. Tesla has already used Optimus as a mannequin in its various facilities around the country in the showrooms. It isn't hard to think about how a fully operational Optimus could be used in the showrooms. It could be used at state fairs, in museums, or other applications to get absolutely amazing PR. But almost nobody in our community thinks that Optimus will be sold or rented to third parties in 2024 with the potential for actual revenue, unlike these guys that we just saw the video. Of course, the company will save at least $100,000 per Optimus deployed in their own facilities, so that is huge. Probably more like $150,000 to $200,000, but let's just say $100,000 for each one deployed. They might get some revenue when they provide bots to their suppliers, or even they would have to get some revenue from the sister companies. So deploying, let's say, 10,000 bots, which would be super, if they get a lineup at all, creating and deploying 10,000 bots would be a walk in the park. this would be worth at least 1 billion or more in profits in 2024 from either savings or from revenues. Well, let's say that my fellow YouTubers are right, and 2024 is just a test year. Why wouldn't Tesla be ready to ship at least 1 million units in 2025? I've said for many months that Tesla will rent these at about 60,000 per year minimum, and that the cost per unit will be under 10,000, probably closer to 5,000. Scott Walter and I have gone down the actual list of each part by part, and we both agree we're thinking around 5,000, and that there will be another, let's say 5,000 in customer service the first year, not necessarily going forward, but at least the first year, probably another 5,000 in customer service expense. So let's use the round number of 50,000 profit per year times just 1 million units. Oh, that would be $50 billion in profit in 2025, just less than half of Apple's total current profit. The next year, we would expect an increase in production to at least 5 million. So in 2026, we'd be looking at 250 billion. Just for the new units, that doesn't count the 50 billion that they would get in rent for the 1 million that were deployed the previous year, for a total of 300 billion in profits in the second year, in 2026. Does this begin to go, Randy, you're just nuts? And the press is disinterested. The investing community is yawning about this. Let's say I'm off by an order of magnitude. Let's say that the profits in 2025, they only deploy 100,000, and so the profits are only 30 billion. 30 billion. What if I'm off by 2 orders of magnitude and the profits are only 3 billion, and then they go to 10 billion in 2026, and they're still only deploying a few 100,000. I think that's absolutely a ridiculous case, but what the heck? I'm willing to talk about only 10 billion in profits in 2026. Wouldn't that be worthy of some press attention? Well, okay, now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments below. This one should be one where you'll want to comment. Randy, you're off your rocker. Randy, what in the world are you thinking? Here is where you're missing it. This is the thing that is going to keep them from doing that. Except that Ark Invest doesn't think so, and Brett doesn't think so, and Scott Walter doesn't think so, and all these experts don't think so. But that's okay. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to know what these guys are missing and what I'm missing. And then I'd like you to encourage you to watch a video that's out today from Connecting the Dots. He is another AI expert who pretty much agrees with my analysis. I'll put a card right up here for that. Coming up later today, as I mentioned, will be my regular Sunday night show. And then let's just talk about this, baby, because you are down to the wire on this. It is time for you to get this great box. Remember, it is one of those magnetic, how am I showing it here? You know, it's a magnetic flip up thing like this. And then when you expose the product, it's just so cool. Everybody will just flip when you give this for present during the Christmas season, during this entire season we've got coming up. It's something you could also buy for birthday presents and end of the year bonuses, or just end of the year gift for your employees. And they're only $25 when you buy one. When you buy one, they're $25. If you buy 2, it drops down to $22.50 each, which quick multiplication tells you it's $45. And then if you buy 3, it's $65. And 4, it's $90. And 5, it's $110. And then if you want to get crazy, you could buy 10. Lots of people have bought 10. I had orders for 10, several orders for 10 just last week. And that would get you down to $21 each, or $210. You send the money to paypal.me/Randy Kirk. And then that's all lower cap letters. And if you're out of the country, please add $20. And then finally, you want to put, not finally, I should say this first, say stainless. Or put in camo, depending on what you want. And if you want one for free, just join Patreon at the $10 level. You get one for free. I'm going to be talking a lot more about Patreon next week because, ladies and gentlemen, we need Patreon members, okay? I'm going to start spending some more money. I want to get behind some more paywalls. It's slowing me up in my ability to provide you with all of the information that I think you deserve. And, there's $20 here and $10 there and $50 there. It adds up into some real serious money if I'm going to get myself behind a bunch of these paywalls where I think there's valuable information that I should be sharing with you. And so if you could help with that, $5 a month or $10 a month, I mean, really, it's a latte. Okay, that's not, and maybe I hope you're getting that much value out of the show. All right, please hit like, please hit subscribe, please hit notify. And that is all I got for you today. It has been great. Or for now, I'll be back later. It's been great talking to you.